projects. Typically in Malaysia, if you have a commercial shops, in commercial estate, you have a Jaya Jasco. The shop surrounding it, when you launch it, people will grab already. Alright, if let's say there's an integrated bus terminal, right, transportation hub, alright, the shop surrounding or next to it, people will just grab because it's proven the crowd is going to be there. Alright, if you typically, there's lots of whole government office in the center, you will also grab it. So the opportunity came to our group about 2 over years ago, where Perak State had some little bit of funding crisis, change of government hand and all that. Not because change we went in, but because the transition became a scenario that the two political parties need to show that they are doing great things, need to prove that they can do and turn around the state, the Perak State. Perak State, I would say, is the fourth largest state in terms of land area in entire Malaysia. Alright. Basically, majority of the people in Ipoh is actually Chinese. In Perak State itself, I think I'll move on to the next one. In Perak State itself, basically, Ipoh is the capital, it's the main city, the main town, it's the city. So its population is above 1 million. If you are investing in Perak is in the center here. If you are investing in Perak, you must go Ipoh. To give an idea what is Ipoh about is, there's 2 Jaya Jasco in Ipoh, in Perak, sorry, and both also in Ipoh. So if you know Jaya Jasco is in Ipoh, the other places you don't really have to go over. Alright, so that is the main. That gives you an idea. This project, why is it interesting to us when we explore and when we took up the project? The ideology is simple. You can actually see it in the, whatever I'm going to show it to you over here, you can actually see it from your brochures. Most of the plans and information is inside here. But I'll capture it and actually guide you through. Johor Bahru to Penang center will be Ipoh. Alright, almost Ipoh, some call it KL. But really, if KL to Ipoh 2 hours, Ipoh to Penang 2 hours. Alright. This project has really 10 selling points, really 12 selling points. That is the main reason why we went into this project. We went in not as a typical developer. We went in because we helped the state government broker a lot of deal with the condition, if this is the burger, I take the meat. I take all the most prime pocket land. That is the difference compared to someone say, I got this parcel of land, you want to, as a developer, you want to buy or not? It's only so cheap, you know. Or I got this parcel of land, hey, this one 砍头, you know. So somehow the government, 拿出来给你的. No. We went in very strategically. This project, move on next. This project itself, that you will see the map, I will tell you what is the 12 important points. Okay, now some people know Ipoh because Michelle Yeoh, our James Bond lady. Some people know Ipoh because Lao Dao's wife is from Ipoh. Okay, some people know Ipoh because of Hor Fan or Choi Gai. To me, it's much more than that. Alright, Ipoh was a big break. Ipoh was actually a place that we actually, Andaman Group, I can't say we are the number one or the one that changed. But because of our development, the concept that we structured in together with the state and the federal. State government is Perak, federal is Malaysia. Because of the structure we do it together, we managed to do miracle sales in the past 1.5 years. 200 million ringgit sales. Typically, it's true. The past 15 years, Ipoh is more like a place where people say, old folks home, not much of growth. You buy property, the price don't go up high, don't go much at all. I say, don't increase much at all, seriously. But it became a scenario where after the whole growth of this site, this property site, not because of Andaman, we capitalized on the growth. We went in on the most right timing at for this most prime land. Alright? Then the prices of all the properties throughout the entire Ipoh moved at the same time. Alright? When KL prices was like jumping 2-3 times, Ipoh was still sleeping. When JV start moving, Ipoh only start to wake up only. And this is the time. Alright? Typically, for this project itself, I'll just go a quick one. The yellow color box is actually our Taipan 1. Just to give you an idea, Taipan 1 is 3 and 4 story shops. 3 story shops, we launched and we completed the construction in 1.5 years. Capital appreciation, almost 1 to 1, 100%. Yes, maybe we underpriced last time. Yes, I think we underpriced. We actually priced it too cheap. Too cheap, huh? We just gotten CF 3 days ago on Thursday. We gotten the CF for this phase, this yellow color phase 1, 3-story shops, without lift, just the normal typical shops you see, 3 days ago. Alright, we launched and started construction about 1.5 years ago. Alright, so the capital appreciation is 100%. Now, Taipan 2 is 2-story shops. The concept of 2-story shops is a bit different. Actually, it's all in the brochure as you flip through. Taipan 2 is, we call it Festival Mall. Taipan 2, the 2-story shops that we do is dual frontage. Dual frontage, and it comes along with canopy. So, we call it the back of the shops. Back, facing back, it becomes a pedestrian mall. Al fresco concept. Alright, with canopies, very nice walkway, pavement, boulevard, which cannot be seen in the whole Perak. Okay, Taipan, this project will be completing 2 stories, fully sold. Will be completing in another 3 months' time. Taipan 3 is 2-story shops. 2-story shops a bit unique. These 2-story shops, you have a typical, say, 2270 feet shops. You also have external extra land. If let's say the shop is 2270, the extra land, for example, a width of 22, in front of your shop, 再飞出去 extra 15尺, 20尺, 15 or 20 feet. So when you sign an SMP, the whole title of the building and your shop is owned by you. It's owned by you. Alright? This caters very much for businesses that really wanted the external seatings. Even if you buy the shop without requiring external seating, the few next shops that need to do the bazaar, canopy, or al fresco, steamboat, etc., or restaurants or whatever that needs external seating, will still need to rent from you. And because of this, it means that the floor is raised up. It's raised up, then only car park. 不用太长的 building. You don't need an 80 feet or 100 feet or like a typical olden days kind of shop. 2265, 2270 is very comfortable. Then you get another 2215 or 2220 feet because your width 22 ma. So that external land itself, it comes along with the shop. This is also the very first thing that happened in Perak. So every phases we went on and do different concept. Now, the one that we have been talking with Jeffrey, we were planning to launch this phase 4. We call it Taipan City. So we put city lah, city lah. So CITY Taipan City. We call Taipan 4, Taipan C. So actually over here we are doing 40 shops only. This shop is the shop for the entire Perak itself. The concept can be seen in my brochure. You can see www.autocity.com. In Penang, Juru Auto City, they are doing it. The 40 shops comprises of 3-story semi-D shops, very modern looking, with external land. You own the land. Very good modern contemporary facade with individual lift. Semi-D, 3-story, and 3-story bungalow shop. So for example, the concept is like, for example, Starbucks take 1 unit. Your customer can even park in your compound if you allow them, or they can just park out of the compound. Like usual, when you go to any shop, 2-story, 3-story shop, also you have the external driveway for you to park, your customers to park. But this one a bit unique. It depends how you want to play around with your land, because the entire project over here is freehold. I'll come to the 12 points in a short while. So the key thing over here, a very quick gist of it, to give it an idea, alright, is basically the pricing we're setting for the 3-story semi shops, 40 feet by 70 feet, 3-story with individual lift, is the same pricing of the asking price of the shop of 3-story, typical conventional shop that just gotten CF of our own project. Okay, now this map is important to come back, but I'll move on to the next thing. Okay, just give you an idea, it's Malaysian ringgit 1.4 M for the semi 3-story and 1.6 M for the bungalow 3-story, also with individual lift. So every unit has an individual lift. Some people who want, operators who may want a larger land area or build up, they may take 2 semi-D. Upon TOP, you just break the wall in between, you get 2 lifts, and your land area becomes 80 by 70, because 40, 70, when you take 2 lot, become 40 plus 40 by 70. Okay, so like I said, typically a Häagen-Dazs one building, alright, you have like a Starbucks one building, okay, you have those bridal house one building. Most importantly, it comes with lift. See, the development, what we are doing is, we are moving all the most modern and the futures, which is very normal already in KL and Penang, to Ipoh. That's what makes the biggest difference of what Andaman has been doing and is doing with the state government. Because we have the 12 points that I'm going to share with you. Next. Okay, this is the 12 point. Number 1, the whole reason why we were so comfortable, so confident moving into this market, this geographical area with this concept, because of 12 points. Typically, like I said earlier in one of my earlier introduction, if you see 2 or 3 of the points it's good enough a decision making to buy already. No need to wait for 12 points. But this 12 points not because I said one, no. Because everything keeps on coming. When the day we embark on this project, we only realized there's only 4 or 5 selling points. But as we move on, the state government and the federal government keep on, and the private organization keep on going in, putting more and more effort in together. And finally it came out to this. First one, okay, it's number 1, this is freehold development. It's not 99, it's not 999, it's forever and ever. I reaffirm, foreigners, as long as it's above 500K, in Perak here, you can buy. Under your personal name. Alright, you don't have to set up a company to buy. You can buy under your personal name. First, I reaffirm this first. Alright. Secondly, the shops that we are building here, or we are doing this preview for you, especially before we do our proper official launching in October, November. In October, November, we want to do this preview first. Okay, and our condition working with Jeffrey is everyone get it as a bulk discount. Everyone get the bulk discount together. Get the big bulk discount together. So, number 2 is, the shops are next to the largest Maidin shopping mall. Jasco, you know, Maidin you may not have heard lah. I'm not too sure. Maidin has about 30 over shopping malls and hypermarkets in Malaysia. I would say Maidin is stronger than Tesco in Malaysia. Maidin captures and concentrates very much on Malay market. Okay, Maidin focuses on Malay target market in Malaysia, which is that 68% of population in Malaysia. Okay, now among all the 30 over Maidin in Malaysia, this is the largest Maidin shopping mall of their group. 1 million over square feet, 10 over acre. Opened already in the month of May. Alright, with more shops inside the shopping mall, continuous, progressively, gradually opening, including the largest bowling center in entire Perak, inside Maidin, 32 lane. So you can see to what extent everything they do there is the biggest, the largest, the biggest. Alright, not because I do, but I'm telling you Maidin strength. what we did was, to the state government, how come we can get all this meat? The secret is this. Actually, we brought Maidin to the state government. We told the state government, you must sell the land to them. You want to grow this new township, because you have no other strategic township to grow already, you must bring the biggest anchor. So we got them the land, and obviously we took all the land surrounding them, all the commercial land surrounding them. Alright, this is the difference. The difference between somehow suddenly a developer inherited or buy a land because they thought it's cheap is different reason and factor how Andaman ended up getting this land. Because we took all the most prime land in this entire township in Ipoh here. Okay, next. It's next to, when I say next, please, I use it really literally and not abstract. It's really next, walking distance, really next, title by title, okay, not like 2 kilometers, you call it next, no. I'm serious, no, it's really next. And when I use the word next, I'm very serious about it. If I say nearby, then it's okay maybe you drive 1 minute or 2 minutes, that's what I call nearby. It's next to the new Ipoh bus and taxi terminal. Quite futuristic look, it's in the brochure. Completed, expected opening sometime in August or September. Alright? There's newspaper article also in Sinchu Ipoh that wrote and say they completed, fully completed in June, waiting for TOP. Now, the unique part about this bus and taxi terminal, enlighten you what's happening in most of the, in Malaysia I don't want to quote other countries Malaysia a lot of times is the government build the bus terminal or taxi terminal then they write letter, you must move. Then all hoo-ha, complain, fight, picket, riot here, riot there, and do this and do that, and still don't want to move. Okay? Then they say, oh, you move already, then you see kind of lot become lesser or not convenient etc., move too far, etc. The difference of this one is this. This is what the state government of the opposition earlier managed to do it when they took over in power. They were very sharp. They offered the land with the condition all the bus consortium company all must set up one company together, all become director and shareholder, pump in money, and set up this company, private limited, together everybody become a shareholder and director to purchase the land and build at your own cost. I will sell it to you cheap. So because of all the bus consortiums, long distance and town buses, domestic, all became shareholders and directors, means that this bus terminal will sure berjalan, will sure be there. Compared to many places, in Johor, in other places, they say, oh, the bus terminal will be there. Number one, you don't know when the government will build. Number two, build already, you do not know whether the bus, how soon or how many of the consortium of buses will move over. For example, now this is the difference. This bus terminal is owned by the 7 bus consortium companies in entire Perak. That's why they have to move, and they will move because they can't have money to do it. Third, next to our land, to be exact, really opposite, just like I think Colin's office is just opposite only. I'm not too sure what's the factory, just really opposite of you, the shops, Taipan City that I'm talking about, really opposite is the largest convention center in Perak State. Perak is a state, so it's not like Kampung, it's not like KL. KL is not even a state, okay? Or Subang Jaya. Subang Jaya is not a state. This is Perak, the whole state. The largest convention center, just like in Malaysia, PWTC, just like in Singapore, you have Suntec like that. Okay? But of course not to the scale and the size of square feet like Suntec. But it's the largest convention center in Perak. Halfway construction now. Convention center building structure complete. Now they are building the, oh, that's my next point, the Casuarina Hotel on top, the hotels that sits on top of it. So this convention center, if you stand on site, you can actually see the construction. It's moving like about 60%. But convention center and hotel, to me, building structure complete, usually it takes even another 6-9 months because you need to fit up. Alright, unlike a lot of other buildings. So the expected time is very confident and comfortably 2013. Right? This is where they're going to hold the education fair, the property fair, and what assembly, and then travel fair, whatsoever in future. Strategically, why the government do this? Because it's just next door, walking distance to the bus taxi terminal. So People who rely on public transportation can just go over. Alright, next door to it. Now, this land, okay, Putrajaya in KL is the government administrative geographical area as well as center. This is in Malaysia, Putrajaya means that all the ministry, 99.9% all the ministry is located next to Cyberjaya. Alright, very near from KLIA lah. Okay, so this is where all the government office is. This government office here, in my brochure that you see, I put there more than 10 government office. To be exact, actually that's 15. But I always very prudently, I put lesser because I'm not the one who control the government. But the list of all the 10 government office and agencies and buildings, including the buildings to do IC, passport, the fire stations, the national audit departments, etc. all that, it's all listed in the brochure there. Half of it already in operation and half of it is under construction. Alright, so sometimes it's easy for me to talk all these things. We put it in the brochure behind lah. Okay, all the newspaper articles, either in the Star paper or in the Sinchu. Sinchu is the #1 Chinese paper lah in entire Malaysia. Okay, you don't need to read any other Chinese daily already. Sinchu. So when they read like 九洞变身小铺城 Mini Putrajaya, okay, this is the land, this is the place just next to Maidin. Alright, then you see the next article where they talk about all the other things like Mini Disneyland, Maidin Grand opening, Paracop, all these things. All this is supported. You just spend a little bit of time and run through it. So whatever I'm saying here is actually not my news, not I declare, it's all announced by the state government and all came out in paper. Alright, so the government officers, it's important because they do not move easily. They can't be moved easily. And it has one strength of crowd. The other thing will be, the next point will be Mini Cyberjaya. In entire Perak state, KL you have a few locations and buildings that is MSC, we call it Multimedia Super Corridor. Multimedia Super Corridor, Cyber City or Cyber Center. Okay? In Skandar you have one. That's entire Johor, no other place. In Perak there's only one land. If you look at your last page with the red dotted line, earlier map you would have seen it. In this plan, the last page, you see the red dotted line that covers this area. In entire Perak, as of today, I don't know about tomorrow, but I have not heard any news at all. The only multimedia super corridor MSC Cyber Center approved zone, land, area in entire Perak is this land. Which means that the implications, but actually to a lot of people who do restaurants or do whatsoever business not related to IT, not so important. But it gives you an idea of an attraction of the crowd. Multi-MSC status areas is important for companies that obtain IT companies or companies that do business rely heavily on IT. Okay? That once they get approval to be MSC status company in Malaysia, they have one of the conditions, they have to put their office inside MSC zone in order to enjoy 5 years plus 5 years of tax free in Malaysia. Not 15% half tax, it's full tax free. So a lot of companies that when they get this kind of tax, this MSC status, they have to find offices in this area. That's why they may even, very often they will just rent the first floor, second floor. Maybe put 2 staff, 6 staff or whatever. It may not be a full R&D department, but it could be your IT that rents up on top of your office. So anyway, this is a plus point. Okay. The next point is Jacker Textile is a quite big operator. We sold a land to them in the Taipan 2. It's 30,000 square feet. They're going to build the biggest textile city to attract the Malays. Where you sell the cloths and there's a trial there. This is important because Jacker is really big. It's like Kamda, Gulatis, that kind of standard in Malaysia. Alright, the next one is we sold the land to McDonald's also for them to build a 30,000 square feet McDonald's drive-through. And this land, let me just put it this way. From the shop we propose, if you accidentally walk like 10, 15 steps, you also long the building. Okay, it's that near. It's really next to it, Like I said, when you look at the plan again, it looks like, wow, very big land. Actually, it's all diam liu. It's all really next to each other. Okay, it's just we have to blow it up and enlarge it so that you can see a bit more clearly the component we put inside there. Alright, and also Summit Hotel is owned by us. Next to the Taiwan City, the shops that the 40 shops that we want to launch. Alright, we will build our own Summit Hotel. We'll do a budget hotel, and we time ourselves once Casual Arena open. I missed the Casual Arena over here, right? Okay, now near to the most popular international school in Perak. In Perak State, one of the, in fact, the very top private international school is Tenby International School. Tenby International School is presently in Ipoh town, but they rented the land, the building. So they bought the land 10 over acres, to be exact 16 acres, but always right above 10 acres. The actual land size they bought is 16 acres. I tell you what, they are building, what will happen, this itself, they put their billboard, they put their billboard and they announce it. Okay, this is a bit interesting. Also, when we started the project, we never realized this thing may happen also. Next to Theme Park, Resort Hotel and Service Apartment. The news that you see maybe in the brochure, it said clearly, that came out in the month of, published in the month of May, in Ipoh as well as Star Business. Sanderson's group is from Australia. This is the same group that did the Disneyland Shanghai as well as Sentosa Universal Studio. Sanderson's group. The JV with Perak State Government, 400 over, but I'm not sure, I think they put 505 million. My record when I checked with the state is 400 over, 450 million ringgit. State government come up with the land, they pump in some cash, the balance is all taken care by Sanderson's group. In return, they get some JV and some profit overrunning the profits. Alright, so it's a joint venture, but it's directly with Sanderson's group. Okay, this is where, oh, this is very far. This is next to your shop. Jinjang, that far. It's next to the shop. When we plan and do this drawing, we didn't realize this land next to us is going to be this group. If you see the map itself, why they are doing this, I'll come out to the next point already. We go to the next point. Easy access from highway, Jelapang Toll, okay, and prominent visibility. Now this is a very powerful, very strong point. You see, typically now a lot of inbound to Malaysia travel from Hong Kong, China in actual, for example, in Taiwan, they always have the what? Sing Ma Tai, Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan. Okay, so or even KL, they go Malacca, Penang, and then maybe one country and plus Hanyai, Bangkok, Pau, they fly off already, 2-country trip. So see, a lot of tour agencies in Malaysia, whenever they pass through Ipoh, really Ipoh, a lot of good food to eat. Alright? So, and a lot of souvenirs to buy. You know, buy pamelo, buy this, buy that, buy biscuit, buy you know, I don't understand. Okay? So the buses every time have to go into the town, come out from town, go into the town. Half an hour, bye. Come out again, back to the town, half an hour, continue the journey up to Penang. This land is really next to the highway. Really next to the toll. So if you come from Penang down, you say 我到了怡保, the first toll you pay only 哎呀，左边就是那个 building. Left hand side is straight away, you see everything there. See the beauty and the difference of what we do today is not selling you a mature township. 起价也没有不会起到哪里去. Okay? But the difference is we saw, we see, we know, and anyway it's not done by us, it's by various bodies, the private group, the state government and federal. Out of all these 10 over selling points and attractions, half of it 可以看到了，做好了. It's only about them getting better and better. More crowd, getting better at the shopping mall and the bus terminal open, etc. Another half, it's plus point, it's bullet, it's extra point, extra crowd, extra selling point, to extra reasons and factors to strengthen this whole township. Alright? This is not 1 hour from Ipoh, this is in Ipoh. So, that selling point itself is very important. It's prominently visible, very visible. Let's say you KL or JB, You drive up, you want to go Penang. You pass through the whole highway, you definitely will be captured your visually on what is on your right hand side. When you see all these things as of today, or more so the next 5 years. Next 5 years, what's happening? Alright, with the completion of the theme park, all that. Some people ask me, sure the theme park can complete. Actually, I also don't know. Because I'm not the one constructing it, but at least I know the government work it out and sign and confirm these things they want to get it to be done. I can only at most share with you because I believe it can move, and I know it can move when they came out with all the star business and all that. Because they must make it happen in Perak. Now the very next one is this. Of course we boast ourselves a bit lah. Andaman we a bit lancy a bit in Perak. Okay, because first of all we were awarded the best project management company 2011 by the New Street Times Property. Number 2 is in Perak we have done lots and lots of outstanding achievements lah. Okay. Now I started off just now by sharing very quickly. I sort of conditioned yourself to understand what is the almost surprising. What we are doing, for example, for this Taipan City shop is this. Semi-D, 3-story. My 3-story typical normal shop 都已经是 1.4 million. Then I price the same price now. Before I give the bulk discount, before I give the early bird discount, I am already pricing the same price. Obviously with the discount it's even much more cheaper. So in other words, with the same price before discount, before talking and touching about discount, I'm giving with a bigger building, better building, modern building with lift and external land. Because this is the concept for 40 shops only.